Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Ruach HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles, elders, a great most honorable well, and shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And pretty much, I was just checking out the news, and I seen this article in The Guardian, and it says, hostile authoritarian UK downgraded in Civic Freedoms Index. Okay, and pretty much different legislation's been coming out. Okay, you had the major one. What was it now? The policing bill. I forgot exactly what it was called. Let me see if I can Google it. Policing anti-protest bill. Yeah, the Policing Act, right? Which pretty much goes into, public order and protests and things of that nature, man. All right. So in this article, it pretty much says that the UK, it says the UK is becoming increasingly authoritarian and is among concerning company in the Civicus Monitor ratings as restrictive laws and dangerous rhetoric are creating a hostile environment towards civil society in the UK. Okay, so pretty much, man, you see examples of these in these movies. You had a V for Vendetta example, you had curfews and things of that nature. This is a prime example showing you that no matter who's in power, what's going to be pushed forth is draconian laws, man, and draconian meaning severe, okay, because the New World Order agenda of these elites need to be fulfilled, okay, which means taking away as much rights away from the people as possible, man. And their hope is that they're gonna seal the deal with the MOTV, all right. But that's also the time, okay, when our Lord is gonna return and basically crash Esau's party, man, and crash it in a mighty way. He's gonna bring fire. Okay, with the chariots from the chariots of the Lord, the so-called UFOs, and from the missiles, man. Okay, to bring an end to this man's kingdom. Now, these are all signs of what? The end. All right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Now, you had earthquakes all over, constantly, man. You had the recent one over in Turkey. Okay. And it says, what uproars of the people? You got the yellow vest, the gilets jaunes in France. They're rising up again. Okay, there's been protests in France and unrest. You got protests all around the world. You got protests over there in Sri Lanka. They overthrew their government, man, pretty much. Okay, that's in the scriptures. It talks about men basically. Well, let's get it. I'll get it. Let me read it. 2 Ezra chapter. Which this is going to happen over there in the land of America, okay, which is Babylon, and in the West. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. Now, sedition is basically when you're trying to incite violence, okay, against the governing body, man. Right? Okay. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. So no one's, in that day, no one's going to be taking heed to 911, all of that. And what's civil service is going to be, disrupted, man. Okay. So what's going to happen as a result? This man is going to bring about the troops. Okay. Madmen sparing none, as it is written in Isaiah. Okay, that's why we're going to read on to the next verse now. Okay, let me make sure I've got that correct. The definition for sedition. Okay, inciting or causing people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. Okay, which is a better description. That's the correct description. Okay. There was another word I think I'm mixing up with, but yeah, sedition, man. Okay. So what are people doing there? There's unrest. People aren't happy with the government, which the governments that are being set up are all leading towards the agenda. Okay, they're following after the West. They're following after the World Health, the WHO. Okay, because they're bringing about this new world order agenda, man, that the elites have been, orchestrating for a long time now. This is verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because you're going to have cordoned off areas. Okay, where you got the 15-minute cities, you got, checkpoints. Okay, anytime you watch any of these end time movies, okay, what do they always show you? These apocalyptic movies, they've always checkpoints. Okay, you need an ID to get past these checkpoints. All right, they showed you that in what's an example of that? Well, you had that in I Am Legend. Okay, they couldn't get off that place without being scanned. They show you that in Time with Justin Timberlake. Hunger Games, you got different cordoned off areas, man. Okay, and there's different examples of that in different movies that Esau shows you through his his Hollywood, his witchcraft, man. Okay, but it's all part of his agenda, and that's what the elites do. The elites use their movies, their media, okay, to show what they're planning to do. All right, and it's kind of like a code for the elites to know, those that are in the know, to watch. Now we go and watch, when we watch these movies, we also know what's going on because we know the prophecies, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai. So we're seeing these things afar off. That's why the scriptures talk about the vision. Make the vision plain upon tables, man, that he may run that readeth it. So we're breaking these scriptures down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, as we have been taught by our apostles and elders on down, okay, and making it plain what's coming down the pipeline. And what's coming down the pipeline is Jacob's trouble. Any other group or teaching that says otherwise, they don't know what they're talking about, man. Okay? They're not teaching you the truth. They're not warning you of what's to come. They're not sounding the alarm. This isn't, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That doesn't sound like you can just go wherever you want and do what the hell you want. That sounds like martial law. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? So houses are going to be destroyed. You ever see these, whenever you see these post-apocalyptic movies, you see what, man? Okay? These cities look like war zones, and that's what they're going to become. Okay? Desolate houses. You don't see, you see people hiding in crevices. Okay? Like cockroaches. It says, men shall be afraid. You're not going to see, now what you do is you go to a major city, people are walking down, okay, waltzing down the main high street. Now you had the lockdowns that happened over here in the UK. When that happened, okay, they had cameras that were filming the main streets where people go shopping. They call it the West End over here in the UK, in London, for example. Okay, and you have these other cities around. Okay, but London's the capital, so I'm using that as an example. It's got the highest populace in the UK, concentrated into one city. And you can see there was no one there. Okay? Because of the whole, the Vicky Venom. Now imagine that they're going to have it in a way where, and throughout the years, they've been bringing more and more legislation, man. Okay? They've been doing urban warfare tactics. You had Jade Helm. Okay? You got all different kind of acts after the whole 9/11 situation, where they're taking away more and more freedoms. Okay, and it's the same thing over here. You can't protest, okay, over in the UK without them basically being able to shut it down. There's different stipulations to it, okay, obviously, when you look into the legislation. But in a nutshell, that's what it is. It's a more of an authoritarian government, man. Okay, a draconian government. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So people are going to be getting at each other, killing each other, man. Attacking each other for what? For the lack of food. They showed you that there's that documentary Blackout. Okay. and in 2013, the UK one, and it showed you that when things started to, it was only I think like a week, when things started to just get really, or a couple of days or whatever, when things started to get really bad, okay, food was getting scarce, etc. That the main guy ended up, killing a guy for food, man. All right. The difference is that they ain't gonna stop. Okay, it's gonna be real, and it ain't gonna stop, man, until the Lord destroys this place. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. It's gonna be scriptures talk about what? Famines, right? Pestilences. Okay. Now you're already seeing food shortages and price hikes. Okay. We're already seeing them messing with the price of petrol and diesel. Okay. So everything's happening all at once. We can't forget what they were setting up with over there in the, what was it? Is it one of the straits where you had the blockages of that? You had the massive tanker that was blocked, man. Okay. These are all little things, annoyances, and that are being orchestrated where the elites are trying things, okay, to bring about their New World Order agenda, to see how people react to things, man. Okay. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we're not ignorant of what Satan is bringing forth. Okay. We're not ignorant of 9/11 with, the Aaron Russo interview which we already knew, but in the Aaron Russo interview, when you watch it, okay, what is the Rockefeller, Nick Rockefeller say? So something's going to happen, and then we're going to go into Afghanistan, we're going to go into Iraq, etc. Okay. And that's exactly play by play what's happened, man. All right. All to what? To further their New World Order agenda. That's it. What's that in Micah? This is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. That's what these elites are thinking about. How they can bring about their New World Order agenda. And a big part of that is the MOTB. That's the major prophecy we're waiting for, Revelation 13 and 16, which is, okay, the implant. Okay, the CHIP implant. Okay, subdermally, meaning what? Going under the skin. That's what this man wants to do. He wants to put one of those in everyone, man. Okay, he calls off all. That's what, so that you can't buy or sell without he say so, without that thing inside you, man. Now, any other camp that's teaching otherwise, they're leading you astray. Okay, let me go from there to this is Psalms chapter 10. Verse 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Okay. And ultimately, man, Esau, remember, when you read Psalms 83, he wants to cut us off from being a nation, man. Okay. That's that spirit of Esau. Okay. The Edomites want to take out Jacob. They want to take out you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right. And anyone else that descends through that line back to Jacob. That's what this devil wants to do. And he wants to have complete rulership. But what did the Lord say? Okay. Is he going to be able to fulfill that? All right. Because they got all these plans, how they're going to, basically, they know that World War III is brewing. They know that the missiles are going to be shot. They're their plan. That's why they got the bunkers. The scriptures talk about them. I'm going to read it. They're going underground, but what's going to happen to them? They're going to be taken, man. Right. This is Job chapter 20, verse 20. I'm just going straight to the point. 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh Shemiel Shai shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall cut and rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, meaning what? Okay, him filling his belly is him fulfilling these fully implementing and fulfilling his New World Order agenda. Is he going to be able to do that? No. Okay, it's going to be a chaos. It's going to be trouble. But okay, the nukes, World War III, America going to be in nuked, people being chipped. That's all going to happen. Okay, the scriptures talk about a time like never before. The Lord's bringing judgment upon this place. All right, but just Just as this man thinks he's going to be able to achieve it, okay, and he's going to come out victorious, he's going to come out his bunkers and rule the world with his tech. No, the Lord ain't gonna have that, man. We're gonna take them straight out and put them into chains. That's what's happening to these elites. All right, and they really, they fear Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, you saw what the Pentagon said. You talked about a mothership and all that. So they know they're getting the people ready. They're putting things out there. They've been doing that for a little while now with the chariots. They ain't gonna stop the scriptures call it the curse. Okay, to this thief. This is what's gonna come and destroy this man's kingdom, man, along with the missiles. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. It says, "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains." Okay, deep underground bunkers. All right. "And said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb." So who's the Lamb? Yahweh Shai. Okay. They want to try and hide from the wrath that the Lord's coming with, man. Okay. but they're not going to be able to. They're going to be found out. Let's go to Amos. What is that? Amos 9 and verse 2. "Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down." And I ain't talking about no eternal pit of fire where was a guy with a pitchfork stabbing you in the groin. No, that's not what it's talking about, man. Okay? They're gonna be underground in these bunkers, okay? Whether they try and go up to these international space stations, okay, or whether they go down, wherever they try and be, wherever they're trying to hide, okay, the Lord's gonna take them, and the angels is gonna take them. All right. And then this is what's awaiting these elites, man. So they can keep pushing. We're happy that they're pushing this stuff, because you know what? It means that we're closer to the end. Okay. When we see people just partying and mirthing and everything, that peace and safety spirit, that irks our spirit, man. Okay. We really just want this thing to hurry up so that we can get out of here, because, this man needs to be taken out of power, man. Okay. This place needs to be destroyed. This wickedness needs to end, so righteousness can reign supreme on the earth. This is Psalms 149, verse 7. Let's start from 5. It says, "Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the higher praises of Yahweh Shai Shai be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand." Okay, and the sword's coming back too. "To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron." So what we're gonna do? One of the first things, we're gonna be putting those elites into chains, man. All right, and a lot of people are gonna be judged, as it is written, "The slain of the Lord shall be many." It says to execute upon them the judgment written. So these judgments are written. Okay, so they're gonna be carried out. "This honor have all his saints." Who's the saints? The Israelites. "Praise ye Yahweh Shai Shai." So we praise Yahweh Shai Shai. The Lord come here quick, okay, and take this man out of power, man. All right, so the Lord's gonna have his vengeance, and we as his disciples, as his followers, are gonna have our vengeance too, man. Okay, and we're just patiently waiting, which patience goes into suffering. Okay, we're suffering every day, okay, in this man's wicked kingdom. And as it is written, the people are suffering too. That's why in Proverbs 29 it says what? Proverbs 29 and 2, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice." The righteous aren't in authority right now. Everyone's in uproar, man. "But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." Everyone's mourning right now. That's at an all-time low. So, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai. With that, man, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom to the elect.